So this is going to be the Stomp Rocket demonstration. By far, students, this is the number one thing they tell me they like out of 8th grade, and I actually do it a couple times. So it's not just for astronomy. We actually use it for Newton's laws and speed, and then I take all that information and I carry it over to astronomy. So this is how I do it. So we have a project we do where we research different space missions and what the spaceship was like, and then part of their end product is creating the spaceship. So, and for fun, we like to go out and launch it, and you can get more detailed and go back to force of motion and calculate the speed along with it. But it's just a fun end to the project. So I'm going to show you how to put the Stomp Rocket together and how to create a super simple rocket and a little bit of advice. So actually creating the rocket, they can do it however they want it. Sometimes I have them add weights, sometimes they don't, and for weights we use pennies, we tape them on, or paper clips, anything like that. So they can get super creative with it. The only thing that I make every student do is the internal part of the rocket, everyone's must be the same or it's not going to fit on the Stomp Rocket. So I'll show you what I mean. So if you simply take a piece of blank paper, you can use regular paper or cardstock, and then you want to take a piece of PVC pipe. This is a 1/2 inch, and you want to make sure that the rocket can fit over the PVC pipe, because that's how you're going to load it to launch it, you could say. So you want to roll it around the PVC pipe and make sure it's not too tight, not too loose, it just slides easily on and off. And then you want to tape the paper. You don't want to tape it to the tube. Just tape the paper to hold it down. You want to completely seal it up. There you go. So now we have it all taped, nothing sticking out, and it can slide easily on and off. So you can take it off and you're done now. So now they can get creative and they can design it however their spaceship they did their research project on was. But just for ease, I'm going to make a super simple one. So just to make a super simple rocket, you want to cut a circle out. This is kind of like the nose cone. Cut the circle, and then you just cut it a little slit like right here. Spin it around, and you got your nose cone. So you want to take your little nose cone and you want to tape it down. And then you want to put it on there, and we're going to tape it. Might not be the best looking one, but get the idea. A little crooked, so it might go a little crooked, but get the idea. And then super simple fins, you cut a square out, and you can just cut it diagonal like that. And say I want to add 2 fins, just kind of bend it over a little bit, and then use that to tape it on. And then you can tape that onto the bottom, making sure to seal all the edges. You don't want any air friction, you want to reduce it. There we go. And we'll tape it on the other side. That's super basic. Of course, I would expect a lot more, but we could probably go outside and launch this now. So let's talk about how to actually put the Stomp Rocket together. So you get super long pieces of PVC pipe, and you'll be given a pair of cutters so you can cut it. and the dimensions are on the board. So you need to cut 12-inch pieces of pipe here, here, and here, and that's basically what this is. It says over here to cut 6-inch pieces of pipe, but for ease, I just make them all 12 inches, and I feel that it holds it to the ground a little better when they're stomping on them. So make them all 12 inches, that would be my recommendation. So then you have a little T connectors here and here, and some caps on the end. So once we've cut it all up, you come over here, and you get your T connector, put your pipes in, and then you want to go ahead and connect it. You do not need to duct tape it. Ours aren't staying today, so we duct tape them, but usually they fit in just perfectly. And then you want to make sure you seal the system, and you put your caps on the end. And then you get your other 12-inch piece of pipe, you put your T in the middle, you get your other 12-inch tube, and that's what the rocket's going to go flying on. And then once again, you have your connector, don't need the duct tape, and the final part is getting the bottle on. I have used smaller bottles, the 2-liter bottles work the best though, and I actually cut a little extra piece, about 2-inch piece of PVC pipe. You can buy these little elbows, and you just slide them in there, and it gives you a pretty good seal. Sometimes I will duct tape this to give it a really good seal, and then it simply just connects onto the end. And then you have your system. You got to manipulate it a little bit, and then you simply slide your rocket on, and you're ready to launch. We moved outside to do our stomp rockets. I want to point out that this is not how your stomp rocket should look. It should look just how we made it in the classroom. Unfortunately, we had to make modifications, so cross our fingers, we're going to hope that this launches, okay? So we're going to pretend it's like the one in the classroom. So when you come out, your students are just going to want to go crazy and start stomping on things, but we got to make sure it's set up correctly. So sometimes you have to adjust things. So the first thing is the bottle is kind of sticking up in the air. Let's just make sure we got that on the ground. So you just got to move the elbow joint a little bit. Make sure that this is angled to go out. Slide the rocket on, and we've got a sealed system, and we're ready to stomp. So students can jump on it with 2 feet, 1 feet, however they want to do it. I usually have a couple set up, and we'll do it as a contest. See whose spaceship or rocket, whatever you're doing, can go the farthest. So you give it a countdown, 3, 2, 1, stomp. And that's it. Oh, I do want to add one more thing. So sometimes the bottles can be reused if they are not broken. You can simply turn it around, put your hand over it. Obviously only one student want to do this, and blow it back up for the next group.